Hello everyone, this is Somya and you're watching Global Tales. Being IFA certified dietitian and nutritionist, I am up here with a meal plan that is full of nutrition and as well as calorie efficient. A meal plan with dishes that we never knew could have been so tasty and healthy at the same time. Talking about a diet plan, there cannot be a one diet plan that is suitable for everyone because we all have different kinds of body and different types of metabolism. So I am up here with a meal plan that is full of nutrients and at the same time is so calorie efficient that you end up developing a lifestyle that is healthy and at the same time you don't feel that you are actually starving. Based on my in-depth research and knowledge, I came across 3 important categories that needs to be taken care of while planning your meal, that is calories, carbs and protein. If we take care of these major categories, our life will be much more healthier and weight loss is just a byproduct. So as I always say that I don't focus on short-term results, so here's the meal plan that you need not to follow just for 2 or 3 days, but some habits that you can develop and cultivate within yourself for lifelong journey. So this calorie plan helps you take 1300 calories per day and you need to follow this routine for the next 6 days and keeping the 7th day as a cheat day or a day of your choice. So let's begin. So starting a day with a detoxifier helps us burn for the rest of the day. Take 5 to 10 leaves of mint and add some warm water to it and then squeeze half a lemon into it. Lemon being a good source of vitamin C is very good for losing our fat as well. And mint leaves being a rich source of antioxidant boosts our immunity and is amazing for digestion. Now moving on to the most important meal of the day, that is breakfast. Breakfast is really very important and we should not miss it out at any case. So for breakfast I'm going to take some boiled potatoes. Potatoes are a great source of carbohydrates and that helps in sustaining our energy for the whole day. So I'm taking some boiled potatoes over here and adding some veggies to it like tomatoes and onion. And adding 1 tablespoon of tamarind chutney and 1 tablespoon of green chutney. Green chutney is made up of coriander leaves. Coriander leaves lowers down the bad cholesterol and increases the good cholesterol in our body. Now you all must be wondering why aloo chaat for dinner. There is a misconception that potatoes makes us fat. However, they are a great source of carbohydrates that provide energy to our body to sustain for all day healthfully. And the workout that we do, all that energy comes from the carbohydrates that we take. So potatoes are the great source of carbohydrates and if we take boiled potatoes in our breakfast, it's very good for our body and it's very low in calorie at the same time. Now here what I'm adding to this recipe are some peanuts. Peanuts are a great source of protein. Being a vegetarian, we don't have much sources of protein, but however, peanuts act as a very good source of protein for vegetarians and at the same time it helps us reducing our bad cholesterol and increases the good cholesterol of our body. This recipe is quite easy and healthy at the same time, very low in calorie and it's one of my favorite breakfast. Along with this aloo chaat, you need to have 1 cup of green tea. As I told you earlier, green tea is a great source of antioxidants, helps us boost our immunity and at the same time promotes weight loss greatly. So we need to have green tea. Along with it, we'll also have 4 to 5 walnuts. So that's it for the breakfast. It's very tasty, healthy and easy to make. Now moving on to the second meal of the day, we are actually going to prepare a smoothie bowl. Smoothie bowl basically requires some milk, but we are not using the normal milk. We are using an almond milk. Almond milk is extremely beneficial and is a great source of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a nutrient that is found deficient in most of the women today. So having an almond milk a day is very beneficial to all of us and it's very easy to prepare. You just need to soak 8 to 10 almonds a night before you want to use it and then add 3 to 4 cup water to it and then stir it around. I'm adding vanilla essence to it to give it that beautiful essence and taste while having it. And unsweetened almond milk is very good for diabetic people as well, so as it doesn't raise your blood sugar, and people who are allergic to dairy products can also have this. It's very easy to make and you can even store it in a bottle in your fridge for 8 to 9 days. So heading on, we are going to use this milk for preparing our smoothie. So for the smoothie, we are going to take some chopped pineapple. Pineapple is a great source of vitamin C, vitamin B12, and very few people know that because of its antioxidant property, it helps to promote weight loss. Now we are going to blend the pineapple along with the almond milk and take it out in a bowl when it's of appropriate consistency. Heading on, we will add some bananas to it. Bananas is a great source of calcium. Heading on, we are going to add some chia seeds onto this recipe. Very few people know about the benefits of chia seeds. Chia seeds are a great source of fiber and protein that helps in weight loss, and being rich in omega-3 fatty acids, it promotes hair growth. And then adding on, we are going to add some sesame seeds. In Hindi we call it til ki beej. Sesame seeds are great source of vitamins like B6, B12 that are very important for our nervous system to work properly, and because of its high protein and fiber content, again it helps in weight loss to a very great extent. So this bowl is completely ready, a very healthy bowl full of nutrients and promotes weight loss to a great extent. Now moving on to the next meal of the day, that is lunch. We are going to have a 1 bowl recipe for lunch. For this, we need to soak the chickpeas in water for about 8 to 9 hours prior to its making, and then after that we will just drain out the excess water and then keep it as in a pressure cooker for boiling. For boiling, we need to add 3 to 4 cups of water and a pinch of salt according to taste and some turmeric powder. Now turmeric has so many benefits that have been unknown. Curcumin is the main active ingredient in turmeric that has high anti-inflammatory properties and is a great antioxidant. So adding turmeric to our vegetable is a great source of antioxidant. So I prefer all my vegetables mostly with turmeric. Even if it's not required, I will add a pinch of turmeric to it. After that, you just need to keep it aside for 3 to 4 whistles. And by that time, we are going to prepare the rice for our bowl. For this, we need to soak the rice for about 10 to 15 minutes in water and then keep it for boiling. Now you all might be thinking, how can a rice be on a meal plan? Now I want to tell you, definitely rice is having high calorie as compared to a normal chapati, but you can definitely have it on a meal plan, because it's the calorie deficit that is important, and as long as you maintain a balance between what you are having in a day in terms of your calories, then you can definitely have rice in your meal plan. Having said that, we can definitely reduce the calorie value and the fat amount in a rice by basically boiling it with some excess water and then straining out that excess water. By this way, you can reduce the amount of calories it has to offer by 75%. Now heading on to our recipe, we are going to add little bit of oil in our pan. The oil that we are using is an extra virgin olive oil. You all must be aware of the benefits of olive oil. It's much less in calories and it's very good for our bones, and it reduces our cholesterol as well. Now in this recipe, I am using a cinnamon stick. That is, I think, is the most important ingredient of this recipe. Cinnamon is one of the most beneficial spices on this earth, and being high in its anti-inflammatory properties, it's very good for diabetics and reduces the blood sugar level to a great extent. Also, it helps to reduce the cancer risk, and it's very good for heart. It has been used as a medicine all over the world, and it's a very good source of nutrients and vitamins. It's a very simple 1 bowl recipe, very delicious and healthy at the same time. So moving on to the pre-dinner meal, that is a green tea and an apple that you need to follow for next 7 days continuously. That will not be changing for each day. You need to follow this ritual for the next 7 days, because apples are a great source of fiber and act as a very good appetizer. Now heading towards the last meal of the day, that is dinner. Basically for dinner we are going to have today is a multigrain veg roll, a roll that is wrapped in a multigrain chapati with lots of veggies inside. For this we need to fry vegetables that are onion, tomatoes, capsicum and cabbage. More and more amount of vegetables you have in your diet, more is the amount of fiber you are taking in your diet. Increasing the fiber content in your food reduces your appetite and you end up taking less calories than regular. So I always prefer more veggies in my food, because the water content in veggies increases the fiber content in our food and helps us reduce our appetite, and we end up taking less calories. So for this recipe we are preparing the filling of the multigrain roll. For the filling we are just tossing the vegetables in a very small amount of extra virgin olive oil and then adding some ketchup to it. Once the puree is ready, you just need to fill this filling in a multigrain chapati. I will always prefer a multigrain atta as compared to the normal wheat flour, because it has added advantage of increased number of proteins, vitamins in it as compared to the normal wheat flour. This is that just add to the caloric value to our body. It's a very simple and a very healthy dish for our dinner. It maintains its taste because of the added veggies and flour and ketchup to it, and because of its because we are kneading it into a multigrain roll, it is very, very healthy. So it's a combination of health and taste served onto your plate. So I have this multigrain roll with the ketchup and your dinner is sorted. So this was all about the 1300 calories that you took on this day. It doesn't feel like dieting, is it? Now moving on to the next day. For people who can't use lemon regularly, carom seeds and cinnamon stick is a great option. You just need to add some carom seeds and cinnamon stick into warm water and keep it aside for 5 to 10 minutes. After that, just strain it off and you can have it as a detoxifier every morning. Now heading on to the breakfast of the day 2, I am preferring sprouts for this day. Sprout is a great source of protein for vegetarians. So you just need to soak them up and add some veggies like onions and tomato and a lemon juice with some chaat masala powder and normal salt. You are able to create a dish that's really tasty and healthy at the same time. You need to have this with a cup of green tea and some almonds and walnuts. So as we are already having almonds in our breakfast, for the next meal, that is the smoothie time, we are using the normal milk. Today we are preparing a banana smoothie. For this we will chop one banana and add about half a cup of milk to it. Again, banana is a great source of calcium, and we'll add 1 spoon of honey. Honey is very good for reducing the triglyceride level in your body, but elongated use can cause weakness and reduces the glow on your face. So you can always omit this step. I use it for sweetening, as I don't use extra sugar or sugar free in this smoothie. So you can always omit this if you can have a less sweetened smoothie. Then moving on, we again add some sesame seeds and chia seeds, the benefits of which I have told you earlier as well. Now moving on to the lunch, we are going to have a multigrain chapati with any green vegetable of your choice. For this multigrain chapati, we are going to keep the dough a little thick, so we end up taking only 1 chapati, and then we are going to add so much of ghee to it. Now many people have a misconception that butter or ghee makes us fat. Rather, ghee and butter are very essential lubricants to our body. Without these lubricants, our bones will not function well, and it will cause a wear and tear, and it will break down faster. So if you want to work out properly, you need to have proper amount of butter and ghee to your body. Oils are the saturated version of butter and ghee, so you should minimize the amount of oil intake for reducing the cholesterol level. However, butter and ghee are the very essential nutrients that has to be given to our body regularly to function our bones well. Here I am also adding some curd and cucumber salad to my lunch. Cucumber is highly fibrous and curd is a very important dairy product that we should include in our diet. Now moving on to the dinner time. For dinner we are preparing a paneer pulao today. Paneer is tofu is again a very rich substitute of protein for vegetarians. So if you are a vegetarian and you can't have ample amount of protein, paneer is a great substitute. For this recipe we need to add some extra virgin olive oil into a pan and then add some cumin seeds, green chilies and curry patta. Green chilies are always preferred in comparison to red chilies because of its anti-inflammatory properties. It helps to reduces the risk of having cancer. So I always prefer green chilies as compared to red chili. And then I will add the tofu that have been cubed into small slices, and then I will add rice to it. The rice here are again cooked in excess water that have been drained out, that I told you earlier is now much less calories as compared to the regular rice. As I have used green chilies, I will use a very little amount of red chili. So paneer pulao is ready. It's a very healthy and easy to make dinner option. Heading on to the next day, as I told you, apple cider vinegar is very beneficial. It reduces the cholesterol, it helps to lower down the diabetes, it also helps to reduce the blood pressure. So I prefer having 25 ml of apple cider with the warm water. It really helps me keep burning for the whole day. For breakfast we are going to have chickpea salad. For this, chickpeas need to be soaked in water one night before for about 8 to 9 hours. Then we have to boil them like I did for the 1 bowl recipe. After that you need to add some veggies like tomatoes and onions and green and tamarind chutney and some green chilies, and the chaat is ready. It's similar to that aloo chaat, just replace the main ingredient, that is potatoes, with the chickpeas. This dish is extremely tasty and it's one of my favorites. A dish which is so low in calorie and at the same time so easy to prepare and extremely tasty as well. Have it with a cup of green tea and some almonds and walnut. So for the smoothie time we are going to have some milk and add some papaya to it. Papaya is great for your digestion and helps in weight loss to a very great extent. And then stir it together and your papaya smoothie is ready. In this I have added some honey as well. If you can avoid it, you can avoid it as well. And I have added some chia seeds on top, that is again very beneficial. For lunch we are going on for a Gujarati recipe called dal dhokli. It's very tasty and healthy at the same time, so I decided to club this in my diet plan as well. I understand it's not very easy to prepare, but it's extremely tasty and it's a very good substitute of your chapati and a vegetable because it's handful combination of both of them with so much of carbohydrates to give you an ample amount of energy to sustain your day. Heading on to a dinner, we are going to have a masala idli that's extremely tasty and healthy at the same time. I'm not having sambar in this because we have already had appropriate amount of carbs in our lunch, so we are heading for just masala idli in our dinner without sambar. Idli is a very popular dish from South India. The mustard seed that we are using in the dish is extremely beneficial for hair growth and at the same time is great for digestion. So it was a very easy and healthy preparation. Make sure you make a list of ingredients before heading on to this diet plan so that you don't miss out on anything. So that's it for this video. I hope you find it useful. I really wanted you all to love your food and not restrict yourself from eating anything that you like. So I tried and managed a diet that is actually tasty and healthy at the same time. So I hope you get amazing results out of this plan. You just need to follow this routine for the 6 days of your life and keep the 7th day as a cheat day according to your wish. So yeah, I hope you find this video useful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you have any questions regarding this diet plan or weight loss or healthy lifestyle. I'm just a comment away. Or you can even mail me at somyaluhadia17@gmail.com. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below and share this video with your friends, family and everyone out there, because your sharing and subscription motivates me to bring new content for you all. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye. Stay fit, stay happy.